Morning, America. Today is Wednesday, March the 6th, and it is 9:30 a.m. in the morning. We're going to skip around a little bit with the Psalms this morning. We did Psalms 8 yesterday. Today, because um, of timing, we're going to skip and go to Psalms 13. It has 6 verses. For the purpose of being able to do our reading today, we're going to do these 6 verses in Psalms 13. Also, another psalm of King David to the chief musician. This psalm is about trust in God's mercy. Psalm of trust in God's mercy. We have 3 colors here, predominantly orange for your faith, and green for love, and red for discipleship. I'm going to be reading it both from the Rainbow Bible and the New International Bible. All right. So let's begin. The first 4 verses are orange for your faith. And it says, how long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? Verse 2. How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? How long shall I grieve? How long shall they have power over me? How long shall I counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemies be exalted over me? 3. Consider and hear me, O Lord, my God. Lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Consider and hear me, O Lord, my God. Listen. Lighten my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. 4. Lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. Lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against him, and those that trouble me rejoice when I am moved. All right, let's take it from here. 1 to 4. How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? 2. How long must I wrestle with my thoughts, and every day have sorrow in my heart? How long will my enemies triumph over me? 3. Look on me and listen, O Lord, my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. Look on me and answer, O Lord, my God. Give light to my eyes, or I will sleep in death. 4. My enemies will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. My enemies will say, I have overcome him, and my foes will rejoice when I fall. 5, which is the one green verse we had, and it says, but I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. Amen. But I have trusted in thy mercy. My heart shall rejoice in thy salvation. Amen. But I have trusted in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. But I have trusted in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. The last verse is read for discipleship. I will sing unto the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. I will sing unto the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. The last verse, I will sing to the Lord for he has been good to me. I will sing to the Lord because he has been good to me. He is good to us all the time. All the time. And that is all 6 verses of that beautiful psalm. Yesterday we started discussing a word called bitter. Kind of gave you a definition of what it is, what it meant, and now we are going to read the very first reading, which is from Job. Let me find Job in this book, and we can get started. It's here somewhere, Job. I just passed it. I think it was Job 3. It is. Okay. Let me refresh your memory a little bit about our discussion of yesterday. Yesterday, I gave you a word. The word was bitter. What does it mean? It means extreme enmity, sore temper. Extreme means reaching a high degree, or the highest degree, very great, like extreme cold. Synonym would be utmost, uttermost, maximum, ultimate, supreme, paramount, enormous. Enmity, what is that? The state of feeling, of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. That was enmity, the word enmity. Being extremely opposed or hostile to something or someone. And I gave you an example, hostility, being extremely hostile, or having extreme animosity, or antagonism, or extreme opposition, feud, conflict, or contention with someone or something. Okay, so that's what enmity means. For example, decades of enmity between two countries, decades of animosity between two countries, decades of fueling between two countries. Okay, so we wanted to know where all this bitterness comes from, and we had 5 sources, the kinds of the soul, the heart, words, actions, death, water of. We're not going to read all of these today. We're going to read the very first one, and that is the soul. So we're going to walk into the book of Job, because in that book it gives us an excellent example of bitterness of the soul. All right. So in chapter 3 of Job, chapter 3 is 26 verses. We're going to try to do all 26 of them. If not, we'll do 13 verses today and 13 tomorrow. But the colors here in these 26 verses are all black. All black. Okay, just one color, all black. What is chapter 3 about? It talks about Job curses the fact that he was even born. Okay, he is so sorrowful. He is grieving so much. So much has come upon him that he feels that it would have been better for him to be dead at birth than for him to have lived and have had to suffer the losses that he has suffered. First it was his children, then his possessions, then his health. So that was an extremely bitter moment in his life, and he thought that not being born would have been better. And this is why he is cursing the day that he was born. That comes from extreme, uttermost sorrow and bitterness. Okay, from the soul. Let's begin. Since this is an all black chapter, I will I will transfer to the New International Version every 5 verses. Okay, so let's begin. After this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. Now, of course, at this point, Job has lost just about everything. Even Satan has afflicted him with boils now. He's at that stage of his calamity. He is just riddled with boils. He has friends that are sitting with him that have come from a long ways. And when they showed up to be with Job, they showed up and they were quiet for 7 days. They just sat next to him for 7 days without saying a word. You should be lucky that we should have any friends that love us that much that will come and sit by us for a considerable amount of time and say nothing. Okay, those are good friends. Even though they sat there with him, their words weren't exactly comforting to Job. So let's read and see what happened. After this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born. This is verse 3. And the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let the day perish wherein I was born. And the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. 4. Let the day be darkness, let not God regard it from above. Neither let the light shine upon it. 5. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the darkness, the blackness of the day terrify it. So this is just him pouring out his sorrow in words. All right, let's read it from here. After this, Job opened his mouth and cursed the day of his birth. Verse 2, he said, verse 3, may the day of my birth perish, and the night it was said, a boy is born. Exclamation mark. 4, that day may it turn to darkness. May God above not care about it. May no light shine upon it. 5, may darkness and deep shadows claim it once more. May a cloud settle over it. May darkness overwhelm its light. Okay, some more dark, bitter words coming out of his mouth. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined into the day of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. 7, lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. 8, let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their mourning. 9, let the stars of the twilights thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day. Oh, God. All right. 10, because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from my eyes. Because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from my eyes. All right, let's take it from 6 to 10. That night may thick darkness seize it. May it not be included among the days of the year, nor be entered in any of the months. 7, may the night be barren. May no shouts of joy be heard in it. May the night be barren. May no shouts of joy be heard in it. Listen to his words. All bitterness. All right. 8, may those who curse days curse that day. Those who are ready to roll Levitians. May those who curse days curse that day. those who are ready to rose Leviathan's. 9. May its morning star become dark. May it wait for daylight in vain and not see the first ray of dawn. May its morning star become dark. May it wait for daylight in vain and not see the first rays of dawn. 10. For it is not shut the door, for it did not shut the door of the womb on me to hide trouble from my eyes. For it did not shut the doors of the womb on me to hide trouble from my eyes. 11. Why die I not from the womb? Now he's wondering, why didn't he die at birth? Okay. Why die I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why die I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? 12. Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breasts that I shall suck? Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breasts that I shall suck? 13. For now shall I have leaned still and be quiet. I should have slept, then have I been at rest. For now shall I lean still and be quiet. I should have slept, then had I been at rest. 14. The kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves. The kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves. 15. Or with princes that have gold, who fill their houses with silver. Or with princes that have gold, who fill their houses with silver. Okay, 11 to 15. Why did I not perish at birth and die as I came from the womb? Why did I not perish at birth or die as I came from the womb? 12. Why were there knees to receive me? Why were there knees to receive me, and the breast that I might be nursed? Why were there knees to receive me, and breast that I might be nursed? 13. For now I will be lying down in peace. I will be asleep and at rest. 14. And kings and counselors of the earth, who build for themselves places, now lying in ruin. And kings and counselors of the earth, who build for themselves places, now lying in ruin. 5. And rulers who have gold, who fill their houses with silver. And rulers who have gold, who fill their houses with silver. All right. We're going to do 16 and finish the rest tomorrow. It says, or as a hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. Or as a hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. 16. Or why was I not hidden in the grave like a stillborn child, like the infant who never saw the light of day? Or why was I not hidden in the grave like a stillborn child, like an infant who never saw the light of day? Just by those words, America, you can see that this man was deeply, deeply in sorrow. You could tell he was confused. You could tell that this thing that had come upon him had overwhelmed him indeed, to the point that death would have been better for him. So this goes to show you that bitterness does reside in the soul of a man. So thank you very much for listening to a portion of our reading today. We will finish it tomorrow and finish off hearing the sorrowful words of our forefather Job. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. And as always, may the peace of God be upon you. May the protection of God surround you. And may the will of God come from thee. Until the next time, my name is Senora Guerrero, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for listening.